Weather station models. Weather station models. I've grabbed this one. It's got, this is the dew point. It's highlighted, but we're going to look at all of these symbols for all these questions, depending on which one you missed. Generally, when you look at a weather station model, the center section here tells you your cloud coverage. And in this case, it'd be 100% shaded in, so it'd be completely overcast. If half of it was shaded in, it'd be like 50% cloud coverage, 50% would be clear. If it was one quarter, like a pie chart, was dark and the rest of it was light, it'd be like 25% cloud coverage. So here's your cloud coverage. The arm coming off of it tells you your wind direction. Of course, we always name our winds the direction that they're coming out of. If we're experiencing a nor'easter, that means the winds are coming out of the northeast. And of course, this one here is also pointed towards the northeast, so the winds are coming out of the northeast and they're flowing towards the south. But we're going to call this northeast winds because they're coming out of the northeast. The little flags on the end, these tell you your wind speed. The longer ones are going to be 10 miles per hour. If you had a shorter one on there, they would be 5 miles per hour each, and you just add them up. If I had like a little short one right there, you'd count them up 10, 20, and then this would be a 5, so it'd be 25 altogether. If they give you a key, use the key. But this is just a good rule of thumb to use if they don't give you a key. The 10s for the long ones, the 5s for the short ones. If you see one on the end that has the, like a, say you have a flag here, and there's like one little one on the end, it's kind of hard to tell sometimes if that's a long one or a short one. But what they'll do is, if it's 5 miles per hour, they'll move it in. If it's just one little thing, the ones on the, if you just see one on the end, that's always going to be 10 miles per hour. And it'll probably be a little bit longer than that. But sometimes it's hard to tell, hey, is that long or is that short? But if it's on the end, that's going to be 10 miles per hour. And if it's short, we'll make this a little bit longer. If it's shorter, they will move it in a little bit, let you know, hey, that's not a 10, because there's nothing to compare it to whether it's long or short. So, but that would be wind speed out here. The long ones are 10, short ones are 5. The temperature is given up here, and in this case it's in Fahrenheit, 76 degrees Fahrenheit. They usually are Fahrenheit. They can be in Celsius, but in this case we know it's Fahrenheit because 76 degrees Celsius would be extremely hot for a weather station. So this is 76 degrees Fahrenheit. And then down here I said this is the dew point. The dew point is the temperature you have to get down to for the air to condense. Remember, cooler air can't hang on to moisture as well as hot air can. And so if we were going to cool down, right now we're at 76 degrees, if the temperature was to drop down to 55 degrees, we would start to see fog form as the air just can't hang on to that moisture anymore. And it squeezes it out of it, and it forms a cloud on the ground, essentially. So we have our dew point. The weather, they'll put symbols in here for weather. A lot of the common ones that you'll see like a dot would just be rain. If you see a dot with like a comma with a little curve on it, that's for drizzle. If you see 2 dots like the one they have over here, that's also rain. Sometimes they'll put 2 dots there for rain. A little snowflake would be a little star look like that. That'd be for snow. All right. Another one you might want to know is a thunderstorm. It looks like an R with a little tail on it with a little arrow on the end, like a lightning bolt almost. That would be a thunderstorm symbol right there. So those will be your weather symbols. Your barometric pressure is this top symbol in the top right. The way you read it from a weather station model is, this says 138. And so to do it, I'm going to try to write this well. I'm having a hard time. I'm using a mouse to write these. I apologize for the awkwardness of the numbers. There's 138. All right, it's supposed to be an 8 right there. The way that you do this, you put a decimal point first before the last number. And then you add a 9 or a 10 out front here. Whatever will get you closer to 1,000. So you have 913.8 or 1013.8. Well, in this case, it's going to be 1013.8 because that is going to be closer to 1,000 millibars. So the barometric pressure here is 1013.8. And then this would be your atmospheric trends. This says in the last hour, the barometric pressure, it did peak off and it's starting to fall here as well.